What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the lab with another quest build. I got back in the builder and was tinkering a little bit, and I wanted to bring y'all a blueprint to one of my favorite names in all of NBA 2K. This thing is going to be an oversized point guard with a nice post game, can shoot, can make all the passes in the world, but also is a physical, absolute specimen. This thing has shades of Magic Johnson, Penny Hardaway, Joe Johnson, my favorite player of all time, and Tracy McGrady. This, like I said, is one of my favorite names, the two-way floor general. So jumping right in, we're going to make this at point guard. That's the only way to get this name. We're going to be a max 6'8", 228 pounds with a max 7'6" wingspan. So follow along to a T to get this name, and then obviously tinker at your own discretion. It's your build at the end of the day. Do whatever you want, and this blueprint might not be for everyone because I am going to take some liberties with some attributes, but this thing can be an absolute old school floor general with modern day athleticism. So starting off, we're going to get our close shot to a 77. A lot of these have name threshes with the atch, but we're going to get our driving layup to an 80, our driving dunk to a 75, and then our standing dunk to a 72, and then our post control we're going to get to an 84. That's going to give us that gold drop stepper, gold post bin, and we're going to be able to do whatever we want to smaller peanuts if we're guarded by some youngsters on the perimeter. We're going to back them down and take them on the block and bend them over the rail and do whatever we want, because this build is an absolute general when getting a mismatch lined up against it. Midi and 3-ball, we're going to get to a 77. Obviously, those are some name threshes. If you go higher, it changes the name. Similar to the finishing, you can't go higher in a lot of those categories. It becomes like an interior threat. Then we're going to get our free throw all the way to a 90. So you should be called upon to shoot those technical fouls, those transition takes. And then pass accuracy, we're going to get this to an 86. If you go higher than that, I believe it turns it into a two-way pass first point. Hot name, not exactly what we're looking for. And if you go under like a 78 or 79, it will change the name again, I believe. But we're also going to get our ball handle to a 73. That's going to give us that gold physical handles. And then we're going to keep our speed with ball to a 43. So obviously that goes hand in hand with ball handle. The reason why we're doing that, and a lot of people are probably not going to love this variation, but speed with ball doesn't necessarily kick in unless you're an ISO type ball dominant point. And so on this build, we're going to be able to make every pass, but we're going to play the right way. We're not going to be just trying to ISO on the perimeter, trying to blazing fast, not trying to blow by our opponent and just beat them with speed. This is going to be a little bit more of a girthy, this is going to be a little bit more of a post-scoring floor general. And so we are going to probably back down smaller players and then wait for the help side, defenders to come over and then make a play out of that. This isn't going to be an ISO build, but obviously some people might want to throw more of their cheddar at speed with ball and handle because, it's your prerogative. But I want to preach, just good homegrown classic basketball. This is the golden era hatch. We are not trying to do ISO me hoops. Like, this is a vintage classic point. But we're going to go down to perimeter defense and max that out to a 93. It's going to give us a bunch of great perimeter defensive badges. Then we're going to get our interior defense to a 47. Get our stealies to a 60 because we do want to unlock that interceptor on bronze. We're not going to touch our block right now because you're not going to necessarily be going for blocks on this build, although that would be a different variant that I would recommend since this is an athletic freak. Adding some type of block to this could be another added dimension to what this build can do. But the kicker on this one is we're going to go all the way up to our defensive rebound, max that out to a 93. Then get our offensive rebound to a 75. If you go higher than I believe a 77 on the offensive rebound, it becomes a two-way break starter, which, hot name at point guard, that could be also kind of disgusting, but we're looking for that two-way floor general name. And so we are going to max out our speed to an 81 because speed is super crucial in this game. Obviously, those of you who've been running. We're going to max out our strength to an 87, get our vertical to an 86. That's going to up our block a little bit. All right, actually, we're going to get our defense rebound only to a 92. Don't max that out. It does tinker some other atch because we want our stamina to be a 95. But here you have it. this is the blueprint. Let's give this a once over. You're going to have nice finishing, very jack of all trades-esque when it comes to putting the pill on the interior, but you are going to have a really nice post game with those gold badges to be able to dominate a smaller guard. You can shoot, got to learn your jumper with a 77 3-ball and midi, but it definitely can hit if you know your jumper. You're going to have great pass accuracy, going to be able to create a lot of opportunities for your teammates. This is not an ISO-centric, scoring-minded, ball-dominant build from an ISO standpoint, but you can ISO those smaller guards on the block, like I said. Defensively, you're going to be a menace on the perimeter while also grabbing every rebound and helping your bigs out crash in the glass. And you're going to be able to catch some crazy offensive putback dunks with the offensive rebound and your vertical. You're also strong, fast. Like I said, this is an athletic specimen with a really nice niche and role for any team. Can play that classic point guard type style like Magic or Penny Hardaway, or you can tap into that scoring-minded 3-level type shot creating like T-Mac or Joe Johnson. But this thing could be an absolute hoss, and again, you're a floor general, so this could be the key cog to get the engine going for any roster. Got a little Luka Doncic in there as well. But there you have it, the two-way floor general. Like I said, one of my favorite names in the history of 2K. Always thought it was an awesome build, just never personally have gone all in on it. But I think I might do a little deep dive into the couch cushions and try to find a little pocket change to throw at this hatch. Because this thing, when you test it out, it's an absolute monstrosity. What do you guys think of this blueprint? Do you like the role that this type of variant would play? Or would you go more for that ISO, obviously, jack of all trades, kind of more meta style point with this name? Regardless, I think the name is fire. Let me know in the comments because you know what time it is. Quest Sparrow.